Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo and welcome to my scrapbook table. I am going to work on some fireworks photos today that were just taken a few days ago. So this is for off the board with pineapple papers, where we take something we have pinned and get it onto a layout. So I have this one, and I'm taking the color scheme as well as the black background. That's my plan at the moment. The sketch I am using is, let's see if I can find it. It's from Creative Chaos in Tennessee, which is Shannon's group. I couldn't have these both up at the same time. I'm not sure why, but it just wouldn't work. I tried. This is the sketch I am using. This is our inspiration piece for July. And first of all, I love this Simple Stories collection. I had this and I have used almost every bit of it. I still have a little bit left. So I thought the color scheme doesn't work for what I want to do, but I have a Simple Stories collection that does work. It's called America the Beautiful. It's got some really gorgeous patterns in it. I have some other pictures here that I'm going to use with it. But here are the patterns, and there's lots of stickers to use. So that makes it easy for me, because then the embellishment clusters are easy to put together. So here's my black paper. It's Basil Blackberry Twist. I've pulled some patterns. Here is what I have. My original plan was to, since in this one there's a coordinating mat around the edge, was to do that with this. However, these other patterns that I'm using don't have a true white in them like this stripe does. So I feel like that might not work. So I think I'm going to stick with these. And then the other side of these, well, that one does have white, but these don't. So that's my plan, to make these pieces coming out. I'm not going to be real specific about those. I'm just going to make them and stick them down. There is stitching on here. I would love to do the stitching. I'm going to have to mull that over, because I really wanted to finish this morning before I have some other things to do. And if I stitch, it's going to take a while. So I'll have to think about that. But I'm going to go ahead and I just printed my photo. It's sitting over there on my printer. I'm going to mat that and cut these pieces. And then I will be back with my voiceover. So I've cut all my pieces into roughly triangular shapes. I am trimming off the points that are going to be toward the center, because I don't want there to be a big thick area where so many of these overlap in the middle, and that's all going to be covered anyway, so it won't matter. I start with the larger pieces and then fill in with smaller ones on top and in between. I really wish I had made these much smaller. I like the original one much better because there's more of the background showing. It's okay. If I were doing it again, I would make these much smaller. Mine ranged, the originals were just under 6 inches long, and then they are anywhere from a little over 2 to about 1 inch wide. So now I have done some stitching, which I was showing you there. I pulled out my daughter's sewing machine and used that for stitching. That was my compromise, because it was quick and easy. I just had to switch out white thread for black. I mounted these. They're actually triple matted. I matted them on white and then navy and then red. And I switched the order of the ones across the bottom here, because my title piece is actually going to sit on top of those two pictures. And I liked that they were nearly the same. This title is from Color Cast Designs. It's an acrylic piece from the shop. I really like it. In person, you can read it much more easily than you can on screen. but I thought Summer Snapshots was a great title for this page. And so I am not sure what I'm doing right now, even though I only made this a little while ago. Oh, I pulled another envelope of wood veneer out looking for stars. I only found 2 tiny ones. I have 5 of the ones that came with my Color Cast Designs order a couple months ago. So I went ahead and kept the 2 I had out. It's good to get those used up. I'm not positive where they're from. They might be the old style of wood veneer from Some Assemblage Required. I think I've had that little baggie for a long time. So this is from a cut apart sheet from the Simple Stories collection that I'm using for this layout. I just decided to do a little bit of fussy cutting for this thing of fireworks. Yes, that's the word, fireworks. And you'll see in a moment here that I put that up on some dimensional adhesive to pop it up a bit. I thought I was going to use this little bicycle that says America the Beautiful or God Bless America or something like that, but I just didn't have room. So I did my journaling on the little piece above the reddish photo, and this will be part of a series of layouts from Memphis last weekend. We went and spent the long weekend visiting our son and daughter-in-law, and so this will be in the middle of that group of layouts. So it says, the 4 of us went to see some fireworks in Georgetown. What a show. We randomly chose a place to sit, and it couldn't have been better. The music was great too. Everything from Amazing Grace played on bagpipes to Aretha Franklin, Bruce Springsteen, and John Philip Sousa. So yes, there was a wide variety. There were so many people there. It was, I was amazed at how many people were there. And we were not in downtown Memphis, in the big city. We were in one of the smaller suburbs. But it was a lot of people. So I decided, on the original, it looked like there were some little embellishments at the end of each line of stitching, so I opted to do that as well. I just used stickers from the sticker sheet. I had to cut some apart because I wanted them all to be stars. So in order to make that happen, I did have to cut one apart and make that work that way. But I go ahead and now adhere my wood veneer stars. The real thin ones that are from Color Cast Designs, they look like wood and they feel like wood, but I don't think they're wood, so I don't know what they are, but I really like them. And I just went around the circle and added them in a few places. And that is just about it. There are some still shots coming up. In the description box below, I will have a link to Shannon Keith's group, Creative Chaos in Tennessee, as well as her YouTube channel, so you could play along if you like. And I will also link up or share the playlist for Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really grateful for my viewers. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much. If you are not, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button. I'm really trying to get to 750, and I've kind of been stuck at 740, 741 for a while. So if you would hit that little subscribe button, I would be thrilled. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really glad you visited. I hope you get to scrapbook something of your own very soon. Bye-bye.